Oh. All right, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Big Blue Sports Podcast tonight. It's a special show tonight because this is the 30th live episode, or excuse me, 30th live show I have done since starting this back in June. And I must say, it has been a wonderful journey. Little shout out there. It's been a wonderful experience so far, and we're bound to have many more. Brought on some great people. We'll continue to bring on some great people. We'll express our opinions, what we think, what's going to happen with all sports, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, UFC. Hey, man, we're going to do it all. Live and uncensored. But no, y'all, thank y'all so much, though. I really do appreciate it. I wanted to do this for so long because I always had a dream of being a sports broadcaster, and this is a stepping stone, and hopefully I can achieve that dream one day. I'm going to keep my hopes up, keep riding high, and taking it one step at a time, and just enjoying the ride, But thank y'all so much for watching either the live or the not live broadcast or the after broadcast. It means a lot to me, truly. And for all my friends, my good people that came on here, y'all been a blessing to have on. I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. And hey, can't wait to have y'all back for some more fun. But guys, without further ado, got some good topics to talk about. Got some games to go over. Right, the Thursday night football game should be ending shortly. The Chiefs and the Broncos are playing. And just giving you my analysis of the game, the Broncos played a lot better than I thought defensively. I thought they were going to get smacked hard, because their defense has been putrid the last couple of weeks. They came out and played hard tonight. But the Chiefs are going to prevail. And unfortunately, the Broncos have not beaten the Chiefs ever since Patrick Mahomes has came to the Chiefs. Right, they have an undefeated record, and they just kicked the field goal to go up by 2 possessions. And there's less than 2 minutes left in the game, so it's safe to say that the Broncos won't be coming back from this one. So the Chiefs will continue their winning streak against the Broncos. It'll be 17 straight victories in a row for the Chiefs that they have beaten the Broncos. They're undefeated against the Broncos since Patrick Mahomes has joined the Kansas City Chiefs. It's crazy, man. Like, he's got it figured out. Honestly, the last team to beat in the AFC West, the last team to beat the Chiefs in the AFC West was the Chargers. The Raiders haven't beat the Chiefs in the AFC West in a while either. That's crazy. I mean, the Chargers, every time the Chargers and Chiefs play, it's just a fantastic showing. Justin Herbert he's good, man. He's really good. They always have spectacular shootouts, spectacular back and forth games. They haven't played. The Chargers and Chiefs haven't played yet, but they should be playing either next week or the week after, somewhere around there. Yeah, but the Chiefs will go to 5-1, and the Broncos will go to 1-5. God bless. Oh my goodness. But y'all, I'm sorry. I am starting the show a little late tonight because I was at pickleball with my good friend David. He's been on the show before. He introduced me to the sport tonight. I've never played it before, and wow, I had tons of fun. I took it for granted. I underestimated it because I thought it was an old people sport, but it's really not, man. It's great. It's great fun. I sweated more playing pickleball than I play tennis, which is crazy because tennis is a much bigger court and you move quite a bit in tennis. But man, pickleball, man, like you're just on your feet the whole time. You got to be ready at all times. The ball's going to come at you quick. You got to respond fast. I played 6 games in total tonight. Five of those games were with David. The last game I played with a random person, and it was great. We won 11-0. I mean, he did kind of carry me a good bit. He had a fantastic serve, and I was like, damn, I'm getting hella carried right now. I mean, he was good. Of course, the people we went up against, it was a guy and a girl. It was the girl's first time playing, so I mean, what do you expect? She did her best. She tried her best, and hey, it is what it is, man. Nobody really talks shit to anybody. People just go out there, have fun, and hey, that's what it's all about. We find a way to pass the time, and we did. Now I have another activity I can do every Thursday night. So I got kickball on Tuesday nights, and now I have pickleball on Thursdays. So hey, I'm trying to keep myself busy, y'all. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I'm not trying to get involved in that kind of life. You know what I mean? Just kidding. I would never get involved in that. Yeah, but I mean, it was awesome. I had a fantastic time. And I'll be going every Thursday now to perfect my game. Get it better. But here, so we'll go over the college football matchups this weekend, and then I'll do NFL, and then we'll switch over right to MLB after that, and I'll give you my personal take on the games. So let's see. So we're week 7 of the college football season, y'all. That's crazy. There's only like 6-7 weeks left of the regular season in college football. It's crazy. We're almost about to be done. So first few games we got Syracuse versus Florida State. Florida State's ranked number 4 right now, and well, this should be an easy game for Florida State. Syracuse has been struggling on offense. They got blown out by Clemson at Syracuse, and they only scored a touchdown last week. They got blown out pretty bad, so their offense has been struggling. I mean, their defense gives up big plays as well. So, I mean, this should be a cakewalk for Florida State. I mean, Syracuse might give them a little bit of trouble early on, but Florida State will pull through in the second, third, and fourth quarter. And we got Arkansas and Alabama. Alabama's looking to continue their winning streak, and they won over Texas A&M last week by 6. Arkansas, I mean, look, man, don't count Arkansas out. I mean, yeah, Arkansas did lose last week. They did, it wasn't as close game as, it was a pretty close game. They kept Ole Miss within 7. Their defense played good. Their offense played good, but it's just, it came down to the last possession, and Arkansas couldn't pull through. I expect Arkansas to give Alabama a great game. I do believe this will be close. I would believe this will be like another 27-20 type of game. I believe Arkansas's defense has gotten a lot better. KJ Jefferson is performing so well under center for the Razorbacks, and I believe he will keep it going. He's got to play smart fundamental football, though. I mean, if you give at least make 1 or 2 mistakes against Alabama, you're not going to win this game. So you got to play smart fundamental football if you want to beat them. And put pressure on Milroe, man. Make him make the quick decisions. Make him throw the football. Don't let him use his legs. Make him throw the football. Then we got Georgia and Vanderbilt. Not really much to say here. I mean, Vanderbilt's at the bottom of the SEC, and Georgia's still riding high at number 1. This should be a cakewalk for them. Ohio State and Purdue. Ohio State's ranked number 3. They took Texas' spot after they lost to Oklahoma last week. So Ohio State's 3. This should be a cakewalk for them as well. I don't see Purdue putting up much of a fight. they probably may score one or two times, but Ohio State will definitely win this game by 3 or 4 possessions. And then we have Indiana and Michigan. Michigan's ranked number 2. So all the top ranked teams are going to be playing the early games on Saturday. I honestly look. I mean, of course, Michigan's going to win this game easily. I don't see them. I don't see them posing a threat to Indiana, or assuming Indiana posing a threat to Michigan. Michigan should win this game pretty easy. I mean, they've been playing outstanding football, even without Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's back on the sideline now for the Wolverines, but I mean, man, you just can't deny the talent that they have. I mean, McNamara's having a great season. No, I mean, he hasn't really made too many mistakes. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders. I mean, and their defense is playing great football as well. They're forcing turnovers. They're making the quarterbacks make these quick decisions, and so far it's working out in their favor. Yeah, but I do expect Michigan to win this game. Then we have Utah and California. Utah's ranked number 16. Utah started off the season really well. I mean, they've only had one loss, but still, it does look like their offense needs to find a rhythm. It's like their offense is getting stumped on so many possessions, and they just can't like move the football how they want. And because defenses are, the defensive coordinators are seeing the formation. They're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We line these guys up here in this zone. Then the quarterback won't be able to go to his read, his first or second, hell, maybe even not his third read. And it's just, I don't know. And they're having trouble running the football as well. I mean, yeah, in total for the game, I mean, they had 75, they've averaged 75, 80 yards over the last 2 weeks, but it's just like, you can't rely on the run game the whole time because, defenses will be able to make adjustments and, close that down real quick. They got to get the offense back in rhythm again, man, because they haven't really scored much points in the last 2 weeks. Utah's 4-1. I mean, they've only lost one game, but it's just like, I mean, they've had a couple of games this year where it was really close and they should have lost, but thank goodness their defense made the stand when they needed them to. But I'm going to pick Utah in this one just because California really hasn't played anybody. California's 3-3. I mean, they're an average football team. Can they beat Utah? Absolutely. But I mean, Utah's just a much talented team, or it's not even close. Sorry. But hey, it could be an upset. You never know. But I just don't see it. I do believe that Utah will come out of this game with a victory. Now, this is going to be a good game. Oregon and Washington. Both of these teams are in the top 10. Oregon is 8. Washington is 7. This should be a really great game because this will be Bo Nix versus Michael Phoenix Jr. Sorry, but both of these teams are undefeated. So whoever wins this game will remain in the top 10. Hell, even in the top 5 possibly. But this is a big game for both teams. Michael Phoenix Jr. He's in the Heisman watch right now. He's having an unbelievable season. Washington's offense is deadly, man. I mean, that quarterback, he's playing incredibly. Lordy. Man. I'm mean, honestly, this is going to be a tough. This is going to be a tough one. I mean, this is going to be played at Washington, so Oregon won't really have to travel far because Oregon is right around that area. So we'll see. But I don't believe they'll travel far though. I don't believe. But I'm definitely going to be watching this game for sure. Y'all should as well. Always love to watch a top 10 matchup. I mean, I like Oregon's uniforms that they have every year, but I really want to see Washington win this game. Now, who I think will win this game, I'm gonna go with Washington, and the reason why I say Washington is Washington has had a little bit tougher schedule than Oregon has. Yes, Oregon has blown out a lot of their opponents, but Washington has played some good opponents. They have played some good opponents. They played Arizona, Michigan State, Boise State, and they've even played Texas. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the Alamo Bowl. Sorry. Yeah. And then if you look at Oregon, their matchups have been Portland State, Texas Tech, Hawaii, Colorado, and Stanford. They have not even played anybody in the top 25. And I know Washington hasn't either, but they played the good schools. I mean, Colorado, Arizona, even though Colorado was, got exposed, I mean, they're still top two. Those are still Power 5 schools. So I'm going to go with Washington just for the simple fact that they have played tougher opponents. And I believe they're going to be ready to go up against Oregon. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to say this final score is going to be 27-24 or around 30-27, somewhere around there. I don't expect it to go into the high 30s or anything like that for both teams because both of these teams play great fundamental football. And man, I'm super excited. I can't wait to watch this. All right, then we have, let's see. What is this? UMass. Yeah. All right, so UMass will go up against Penn State, or Massachusetts University will take on Penn State. I mean, Penn State should steamroll them easily, no doubt. Kansas will take on Oklahoma State. Kansas is ranked 23rd. Oklahoma State, I mean, yeah, they can play hard and give you a good game, but I don't know, man. Kansas has kind of been playing off too. They're trying to find themselves again. They've struggled the last 2 weeks. Honestly, I'm going to say Oklahoma State upsets Kansas because, I mean, Oklahoma State can score. Like, they have the offense to do it. So, I mean, I'm going to go Oklahoma State here. I do believe it's going to be a back-and-forth game, though. And then Texas A&M versus Tennessee. Great SEC matchup here. Tennessee is ranked in the top 25. They're 19th. I mean, this is at Tennessee. Tennessee usually plays really well at home. Texas A&M has been playing great football too. I mean, even though they lost last week to Bama, but still they were able to keep up. They just couldn't make the big play when they needed to. Let's see. Let's take a look at this game. So A&M's 4-2. Tennessee is 4-1. Man, and Tennessee's coming off of a bye too, so their players are well rested. I'm going to take Tennessee at home, mainly just because, I mean, Tennessee does perform so well at home, and they should come away with this victory. It's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be tough for A&M to come in there and do what they got to do. Tennessee's going to make it super tough. Then we got Louisville and Pittsburgh. I'm taking Louisville. Louisville's ranked 14th. In the top 25. And, I mean, honestly, I've underestimated them, man. I mean, they beat Notre Dame by double digits last week, which Notre Dame was a top team this year. they're riding high right now, man. They're 6-0. I'm gonna take the Louisville Cardinals on this one because Pittsburgh has only won one game and they've struggled this year. I mean, Louisville's riding high, man. They got a lot of momentum on their side. And then we have the late games. Auburn will take on LSU. LSU's ranked 22nd. Honestly, guys, this game scares me. I mean, LSU is playing at home, and Auburn's coming to town. I want to say we can win this game, but God, the way our defense has been playing over the last 2 weeks, I'm not sure. I mean, if you let Auburn score on the first 3 possessions of the game, you're not going to come back and win this game because Auburn will not give you that chance. Auburn has played a good bit of tough games this year. They almost beat Georgia last week. They lost by 7, and they won the week before, and then they got rolled over by A&M, and it was just like, damn, bro. Then they played Ole Miss the next week. I do believe they lost to Ole Miss. Yeah, so they lost to A&M. Well, I'm sorry, they lost to A&M, and they won the next week, and then they just lost to Georgia last week. So, I mean, Auburn's going to play hard, man, and we got to be able to match that energy. If we fall behind early, it's going to be so hard to come back from it, man, because there's not too many possessions you can waste against Auburn. I mean, this is a rivalry, not a huge rivalry, but this is a good rivalry. It's the Auburn Tigers versus the LSU Tigers. So I mean, we've won the last couple meetings against Auburn. I know the last two to three meetings we won. Yeah. I mean, look, guys. I'm a big LSU fan. I love LSU, but I'm trying to be realistic about this. Can LSU win this game? Absolutely. Will they win this game? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I know our offense is capable of putting points on the board, but if it's going to be another shootout like it was with Ole Miss, we're not going to win because you're going to put all the pressure on Jaden Daniels again to try to put up another score when we just scored on the previous possession and the possession before that. This game, it should not come down to that. The defense has to step up. They have to play good fundamental football. If they can't do that, we will not win this game. They made some plays against Missouri last week when we needed them to. And now Georgia's the only team left in the SEC that hasn't lost a game yet. Are they bound to lose one? Possibly, but I mean, Georgia, they make the plays when they need to, man. I mean, they've had some scares. I mean, they almost lost to South Carolina. They almost lost to Auburn. But man, I mean, they come through and pull through when they need them to, man. But I'm going to say LSU takes this game, mainly because I trust in Jaden Daniels. The offense is going to go out there and do its thing. Jaden Daniels is playing unbelievable right now. Literally put the team on his back last week when he was hurting. My man was in pain, and he was able to still get the dub. We love that. That's great determination. We really appreciate that. No. Yeah. So now we have Arizona versus Washington State. Washington State is looking to rebound. They lost last week to UCLA. They didn't really drop that much, though. They only fell behind like 4 or 5 spots, so they didn't fall too badly. However, though, I mean Arizona's they're like a hit or miss. They'll play good one week, and then the next week they'll play like absolute dog shit. It's hard for me to say because Washington State struggled really bad last week. They couldn't move the football well, and UCLA wasn't really that great of a team. I mean, luckily, it was just that game. So many turnovers were committed in that game last week. I'm gonna take Washington State though. I think their offense will bounce back, and they'll have their shit together this go around, and they'll get back on track and collect a dub here. And then we have Missouri and Kentucky. Both of these teams suffered their first loss of the season last week. Missouri lost to LSU, and then Kentucky lost to Georgia. Kentucky got embarrassed, bro. Georgia embarrassed the shit out of them. I thought it was going to be a much closer game, but they had no shot. I mean, both teams are looking to bounce back and get back on track after suffering the first loss of the year. I think Kentucky will pull this out because I like their run game. They have a terrific running back. They have the most rush yards in the SEC so far this year. I'm going to take Kentucky in this one. If they can run the football efficiently like they did a couple weeks ago against Florida, which I think they will be able to do against Missouri, Kentucky should win this game easily if they can do that. And then we got USC and Notre Dame. Man, I want to say Notre Dame, but man, I don't know what kind of Notre Dame I'm going to get. I mean, I know USC has not lost yet, but USC almost lost to Arizona last week. I mean, it came down to triple overtime, and the USC won the game, and they were able to avoid the upset. It's really hard to say. I'm gonna go USC with this one. Just because, their offense can score. Caleb Williams is dynamic. He's electrifying. I think USC will win. I want Notre Dame to win, but I just don't know. I love Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman's a great guy. He's got a great story. He's been in college football for a while. I want to see him win this game, but man, it's going to be tough, man. It's so hard to stop that USC offense. They're firing on all cylinders, man. But I'm going to take USC just for a simple fact how dynamic their offense is and how dynamic Caleb Williams can be. Then we got Miami, Florida versus North Carolina. Oh, man. I'm going to take North Carolina. North Carolina's ranked 12th. Miami, Florida's 25th. And I'm sorry, before that, USC is ranked 10th. Notre Dame is 21st. So USC is in the top 10. And then North Carolina is 12th. They're playing really great football this year. I like their quarterback that they have for North Carolina. Hold on real quick, guys. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I will get back to this in a second. There we go. All right, let's check you out. Oh, so North Carolina beat Syracuse last week. Drake May. Drake May is, he's a specimen, bro. He's 6'5", 6'6", 240-something pounds. Bro, that is a big-ass dude at quarterback, bro. And he is playing great football. North Carolina's undefeated right now. If they win this game against Miami, Florida, I wouldn't be surprised if they move to the top 10 for sure. But man, North Carolina is playing solid football. Their offense is great. Their defense makes stops when they need them to. They've only had like maybe one or two close games this year, but they've dominated almost everybody they played I mean, that's saying a lot. I mean, North Carolina wasn't really that great the year before, but they pieced it together, and I do see them either getting close or having a chance to make the playoff or college football playoff this year. But I'm gonna take North Carolina in this one because, I like them. I like them a lot. They're a great football team. All right. Then we have UCLA versus Oregon State. Let's check this one out. Oregon State's 5-1. UCLA's 4-1. UCLA is ranked 18th. Oregon State is 15th. So this is probably going to be another good matchup as well. This is going to be a toss-up game. But if I had to say, I'm probably going to go with Oregon State. Just because for that reason, Oregon State is the one that beat Utah. They almost beat Washington State, only lost by 3. But man, they're a good football team. They play much better in the second half than they do the first half. I don't know what it is, but they are a better second half team than they are first half. But I'm gonna go with Oregon State. They're riding high at the moment. I do believe they can win this football game. I mean, of course, if UCLA's defense is able to get it going early, then that's going to create problems for Oregon State. But I think it'll work out. This will work out in Oregon State's favor. I say they win a close ball game, like 30-27, somewhere around there. And last, we have NC State versus Duke. So last major game of Saturday. I'm going to go with Duke. They're ranked 17th. I mean, NC State hasn't really showed me anything of, what they can do. I mean, they're 4-2. Duke's 4-1. Duke is ranked 17th in the top 25. They beat Clemson. Duke has had some great games this year. I mean, could NC State upset them? Yes, possibly. But this is like another game where, you expect one team to steamroll the other just because of, strength of opponents they play. I don't think so. I do believe NC State is going to keep this game close for the first 2 quarters, and then Duke is just going to run away with it come the second half. They know how to get points on the board, and they know how to do it early. So I'm going to go with Duke in this one. All right. Well, y'all, hope everybody's enjoying the show tonight. As always, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to your boy if you haven't already. Big Boot Sports Podcast. And as always, your host, Lando the Sports Mando. I'll be here all week. Oh, man. All right. So, guys, as we said, Thursday Night Football is over. The Chiefs won 19-8. They will extend their winning streak over the Broncos to 17. And then the early game we have in London this week is the Ravens and the Titans. That'll be the early game. I'm going to take, I want to say the Ravens. But, the Ravens have been struggling to put points on the board. They only put 10 points on the board last week against the Steelers. Granted, the Steelers have one of the best defensive players in the National Football League on their team. But still, you have way too many weapons to not be able to at least get 2 scores. You got Zay Flowers, you got Odell Beckham, you got Mark Andrews. Your running backs are getting hurt and you can't really rely on the running game, but you have the weapons there for your offense to be proficient. And they haven't really shown me that in the last couple of weeks. So Baltimore will have to show me something on Sunday. I'm going to pick Baltimore just because I think their team is better than the Titans, but This game's going to be close. I think it's going to be another one-possession game like last week. But this will be the early game in London, so it'll start around 8:30. And then all the noon games, we got the Panthers and the Dolphins. I'm definitely taking the Dolphins for sure, because the Panthers are the only team in the NFL that have not won a game yet. They're 0-5. Now, can they win this week? Yes, but not against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are too good offensively. Their defense is great. I don't see the Panthers coming out on top over the Dolphins. I just can't. I mean, Tua is going to play too well in order to let that happen. Not to mention all their huge playmakers they have. I'm taking the Dolphins in this one. Next game, we have the Saints and the Texans. This will be at Houston. I mean, the Saints are coming off a fantastic win over the Patriots last week. I mean, I know the Patriots are putrid. Houston is coming off of a loss. They lost to the Falcons on a last-second field goal. However, the Texans they're a sneaky team, man. They play hard, and the Saints are going to need to match that. I mean, CJ Stroud is having a great year so far. I'm just hoping our defense can make it tough on him. But we'll have to see. Offense is going to have to play great. I mean, we should be able to run the football well against the Texans. Their rush defense is not particularly great, so we should have a really easy time of running the football against them. So I hope they lean more towards that on coming Sunday. But I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the Saints in a close one. I'm gonna say like 23-20, somewhere around there. Like they win by a field goal. The Commanders and the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons for this one because the Commanders' secondary is trash. I mean, they gave up over 200 yards receiving to one receiver last week on Thursday Night Football, and DJ Moore. And the Falcons have playmakers. I mean, they got Drake London, they got Kyle Pitts, and then they're going to utilize Bijan Robinson in the passing game. Yeah, the Falcons are going to take this one for sure. I mean, the Commanders, they're a good team, but they're not great. I mean, they can easily be exposed. I would love the Commanders to win because that would help out the Saints, but I just don't see it happen. I think the Falcons have a much better team. Then we got an AFC South rivalry, the Colts and the Jaguars. I'm going to take the Jaguars in this one because Trevor Lawrence, he's playing better football, and Jacksonville has a lot of weapons on their side. I mean, you got Calvin Ridley, you got Zay Jones, Travis Etienne, who's coming off an amazing performance last week. We had over 130 yards rushing, 2 TDs on 26 carries. My man had a great game, probably the best game of his career so far. So the Jaguars are riding high at the moment. But the Colts, the Colts are coming off of a win as well. Jonathan Taylor will be coming back this week for the Colts. He's their running back. He signed a 3-year, $42 million extension deal a few days ago, so he will be remaining with the Colts. He's finally coming off injured reserve. He's been practicing with the Colts. So he will be back as the starter. Zach Moss, who was at the helm until Jonathan Taylor got back, Zach Moss actually did pretty well. Zach Moss had a really great game last week against the Titans. I mean, the Colts were able to run all over the Titans. That was no joke. Yeah, so both teams are coming off a great victory. I will say whoever wins this game will be the leader of the AFC South because both teams are 3-2. So this is a very important game for both these teams. I think the Jaguars are going to edge it out barely because last time the two teams played, Trevor Lawrence had a really great game against the Colts. He's got to stop turning the football over, man. He threw a pick and he lost 2 fumbles. He gave up 3 fumbles. 2 of them were recovered by the defense. 1 he was able to keep or recover. But man, he's got to stop turning the ball over, man. If he does that, the Jaguars are going to be going places. Because they're a sleeper team, man. their offense is really dynamic. And on the defensive side, too, I mean, you got Josh Allen, their linebacker, not the quarterback, but the linebacker. I know, you want to hear some funny shit, y'all? So last year when the Bills and the Jaguars were playing, late in the game, Josh Allen dropped back to throw a pass, and he threw it right to Josh Allen. And in the feed, it said Josh Allen was intercepted by Josh Allen. And it was just like, what? How do you pick it off himself? What kind of bullshit is this? And to come to find out, everybody was like, oh, the linebacker is named Josh Allen. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious when people got the realization. Yeah, but I'm going to take the Jaguars in a close one. Next, we got the Seahawks and the Bengals. This is going to be a great game. And I say that the Seahawks are coming off of a bye week, so they are well rested. The Bengals are coming off a huge win against the Cardinals. Granted, be the Cardinals, but however, the Bengals look like the Bengals on Sunday. Their offense got it together. Their defense was playing well. They made plays when they needed to. I mean, I want to say that the Bengals have found their footing again, but it could be too soon to say that. We shall see. This is going to be a good game. I mean, I want to say the Bengals, but I'm not sure. I mean, the Seahawks they have a great team as well. I mean, Geno Smith, like I said, they're coming off of rest. They had a bye week last week. Geno Smith is going to have something to prove. The Seahawks are going to want to come out the gate swinging. You know, they want Geno to get it going and get it to DK Metcalf, all them people. Man, I'll take the Bengals in this one just because I believe that they found their footing, and I think they're back on track and looking to get back on track. And then we got the Vikings and the Bears. Oh God, these are the two worst teams in the NFC North. They're both 1-4. The Bears got their first win last week against the Commanders on Thursday Night Football. So, whew. I mean, I want to take the Vikings, but, man, Justin Jefferson is going to be out for a few weeks. He suffered an ankle injury against the Chiefs this past Sunday. So, normally, if he was playing, I would take the Vikings, but he's not. So, I'm going to have to go with the Bears. I know, crazy, right? Justin Fields is going to play better than Kirk Cousins. No, not really. It's just – I mean, I think Justin Fields will make bigger plays than Kirk Cousins, but he's not going to outplay Kirk Cousins. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Then we have the 49ers and the Browns. 49ers all the way. I mean, the 49ers are the best team in football. Brock Purdy is playing out of his mind. You know, he's got so many great weapons around him. He's set up perfectly, and I think the 49ers will beat the Browns easily. Like, the Browns won't even stand a chance. Now, could the Browns score possibly? Yeah, of course, but I think the 49ers are going to run away with this one. Then we got the Patriots and the Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders for sure. The Patriots are just absolutely putrid. They have not scored a touchdown since week 3. That was Sunday Night Football against the Dolphins. That was the last time they scored a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. In 2 games, week 4 and week 5, they've only scored 3 points. They scored 3 against Dallas, and they scored 0 points against the Saints. The Patriots are just putrid. I don't see them winning this game, so I'm going to go with the Raiders. Then we have the Lions and the Buccaneers. This is going to be a great game. I would love to see the Lions win this game, and I'm going to pick the Lions, and here's why. Jared Goff is having a really great season so far. Their passing attack is excellent. They are running the football very efficiently. David Montgomery has 6 rushing touchdowns already, and he has the 3rd most rushing yards in the National Football League right now. He is on track to have the best season of his career for David Montgomery. That's their running back. I'm gonna take the Lions in this one because I think the Lions I do believe the Lions have a better offense and a defense than the Bucs do. I believe that the Lions are going to make life hell for Baker Mayfield, make him make bad decisions, they'll give Chris Godwin and Mike Evans some catches here and there, but ultimately, I think the Lions defense will lock it up and do what they need to do. I'm gonna say the Lions come out with this victory, and they're on top of the NFC North right now. And next, we got the Cardinals and the Rams. Definitely taking the Rams for sure. Cardinals, I mean, man, what can I say about the Cardinals? James Conner is on IR right now. He suffered an injury against the Bengals. So Amir, their backup running back, will be taking all the snaps and carries this Sunday. But I'm taking the Rams just because Cooper Kupp is back and Puka Nacua, wide receiver number 2, they're both playing insane, and Matthew Stafford is going to light up the Cardinals. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, Cooper Kupp, his first game back, he had 8 receptions and over 100 yards receiving. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Enough said. Next, we have the Eagles and the Jets. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. I mean, yeah, the Jets have won their last 2 games. Well, I'm sorry. They're 1-1 in their last 2 games. They lost to the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. They should have won that game. But regardless, the Jets defense has improved. Zach Wilson's actually playing good football. Even though he's known to struggle or fall apart during the season, he's not playing bad. I mean, he's doing good. I mean, the Jets are relying a lot on their running game with Breece Hall. Breece Hall had over 170 yards rushing last week. That really helped the Jets win over the Broncos. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles roster is just great from head to toe. I don't see them losing against the Jets, so I'm gonna go with Eagles on this one. And then we got Sunday Night Football, the Giants and the Bills. Definitely taking the Bills. The Giants, God, I mean, their offense is horrible. Their defense is just, they give up way too many big plays. And the Bills offense is electrifying, so I think this is going to be a blowout. Oh, good luck, Giants. That's all I'm going to say. And then the Monday night games, the Cowboys and the Chargers. 100% I'm taking the Chargers all the way because Dak Prescott got heavily exposed against the 49ers on Sunday Night Football last week, and it was bad. Dak Prescott played so horrible against the 49ers. I honestly don't know how much longer the Cowboys are going to keep him or go with him, but man, he always folds when he plays against really great teams, and that's just sad because you want your quarterback to play good in almost every game, not just against teams that are terrible. Oh shit! I got some lie. Goddamn. Sorry, y'all. No, but I'm taking the Chargers in this game 100%. Yeah, y'all. That's all we have for football. I'm going to move over to our next topic. We have MLB postseason. Right now, yes. Oh wow. So the Phillies won over the Braves today 3-1. So both number 1 seeded teams from the AL and the NL have been eliminated from the playoffs. That's insane. The Orioles and the Orioles and the Braves finished as the 2 best teams in baseball this year, and they have both been eliminated. The Phillies are moving on to the championship series, where they will play the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers, which is crazy because the Dodgers had a really great team this year, like they always do, but they have been eliminated. The Diamondbacks and the Rangers have not lost a postseason game yet. Both of them are undefeated in the postseason, which is insane. The Rangers are the ones that knocked out the Orioles. They swept the Orioles. Isn't that crazy? But we will see how it goes. The Rangers will play against the Houston Astros. They won their series against the Twins. And then, of course, the Phillies will play the Diamondbacks. I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, the Phillies are swinging the bat well. But, man, them Diamondbacks, man. I mean, they're playing terrific defense. Their fielding has been great. Pitching staff of the Diamondbacks has been fantastic. They're hitting the ball well. They're playing great baseball. I'm excited to watch this. But I would like to see the Diamondbacks make it to the World Series because their organization has not won a World Series ever. They have not won a World Series ever in their franchise. So I would love to see them make it. It's going to be tough, though. I mean, the Phillies, this is the second time the Phillies have made it to the championship series in 2 years in a row. They're looking to get back into the World Series where they can make up for their mistake. They lost the World Series last year to the Astros. And they're looking to right the ship, coming back for revenge. So it's going to be a great series, y'all. I'm going to try to watch as much as I can. And then we'll talk about more of their games on next week's shows, Tuesday and Thursday. Now, the Astros and the Rangers, they're rivals. They're both in the same division. Yep. So this is personal. It's personal. Of course, the Astros, they dominated the Rangers in the regular season. The Rangers didn't win a single series against the Astros, but I think this Rangers team is built different, man. I mean, they have a lot of momentum on their side. They're gonna look to go all the way. The Rangers haven't been to a World Series in forever. It's been a while. It's not since I want to say they haven't been there since either the late 90s or early 2000s was the last time they were there. But it's been a good while. So the Rangers it'll be I would love to see the Rangers and the Diamondbacks in the World Series. That would be awesome. Because both of those teams have not been successful over the years, but now this is a great opportunity for two new faces to be in the World Series, and you can just really root for both teams, and you'll be happy with whoever wins it. I don't want to see the Astros in the World Series. I'm tired of seeing them there. I want to see something new, something fresh. I don't know about y'all, but I want to see something fresh. It's just crazy, man. I mean, there are 3 teams. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 to 4 teams in the MLB postseason were eliminated after the first round. Were eliminated in the second round. Where both number one seeds had a week off, or had days off, and they still were eliminated. That tells you a lot right there. The Rangers are playing really great baseball. So are the Diamondbacks. The Phillies and the Astros, you guys better be prepared. These teams are leaving it all out on the line. If you don't do the same or match their energy, it's going to be tough for you. We will see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Their series should be done sometime next week, either Sunday or Monday. So we'll be able to talk more about it on next week's show for sure. But guys, let me know what y'all think about the MLB postseason. Are you surprised, shocked, or are you really happy on how the results have turned out so far? Let me know down in the comments below, please. Baseball's almost over, y'all. Only about a week and a half left, about 2 weeks left of baseball, and it'll be over. All right, y'all. And we're going to be moving on to the last topic of the evening where we got NBA. Go talk about a little bit of the NBA preseason. A lot of NBA preseasons going on. So the official start of the season will be October 24th. That will be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the official tip-off for the NBA's 2023-2024 NBA season will begin. And there's, a lot of great expectations for things to come. I mean, the preseason games, the starters are getting their feet wet, letting a lot of the young new players get their feet wet, see what it's like in an NBA game. And it's exciting, man. I haven't watched too many NBA preseason games. The only one I watched was the Celtics and the 76ers. That was the only one I've watched. But, man, like I said, be really excited to see what happens with, Damian Lillard being with the Bucks, how well they can work together as a unit. Other teams in the West, you got the Nuggets. They're looking to repeat with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. That's a dynamic duo. You got the Warriors that are looking to make a statement, make a comeback. The Suns with Kevin Durant, a healthy Kevin Durant, they're looking to make a statement as well. And then Chris Paul, being with the Warriors, that should be fun to watch. Two great point guards. I love Chris Paul, man. I want him to win a ring so bad. If he wins a ring in his career, like just one, he will go down as probably one of the best point guards to ever play in the NBA. Chris Paul he's the all-time leader in assists. He is a great passer of the basketball. His basketball IQ is incredible. He has a tremendous jump shot, and he's only 5'8", 5'9", and he's doing all this with his height. That's incredible. Love Chris Paul. Not sure how well the Pelicans are going to play this year, y'all, but we need Zion to get it together. If he doesn't get it together, then cool, we might as well just look in a different direction. We'll see, man. They got beat by the Rockets tonight by damn near 40 points almost. Oh, Lord have mercy. So let's see, 27, so 13. So 30. They lost by 33 points tonight against the Houston Rockets. Granted, it is still preseason, so I'm not freaking out about it. But still, you want a game to be much better and much closer than that. But, like I said, man, it's just preseason, so you never know. But NBA tip-off will be October 24th. We will, as the season gets closer, we will give our predictions for opening night and for games that are happening that week or in the weekend as well. And who will win. And we'll also give our early predictions on who can make it to the NBA Finals or which two teams will make it to the NBA Finals. But all that will be coming in the next coming weeks. So make sure you guys tune into that whenever you can. I would greatly appreciate it. But y'all, that's all I'm gonna cover tonight. Like I said, thank y'all so much for tuning into the 30th live episode. This is a really huge dream come true for me, and I hope I can continue to do it. And I hope y'all will continue to watch and appreciate it. And like I said, guys, if y'all ever want to talk about anything or just want to any topic, game, whatever the sport may be, just leave a comment down below, and I will gladly answer and get with you. I like to answer everybody and get everybody's opinions and perspectives on all the sports matters. But y'all, thank y'all so much. Yeah, as always, y'all have been a wonderful audience. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And share this video with your aunt, your auntie, your mom, your dad, any family member, brother, sister, whatever the case may be. But guys, as always, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful night. Love y'all. Peace.